High school is really different from middle school because you're very independent. You don't have a teacher following you. You don't walk in a straight line with your class the whole time. It's really you're on your own. It's free for all for everyone.
The teachers don't mind you walking around as long as you get to your class and you aren't late. Now, if you're standing in the hallways, they'll tell you to move, but for the most part, they're not as controlling as they are in middle school.
High school is way different than middle school. You have a lot more responsibilities and a lot more things to do.
Well, from middle school and high school, the big difference is you get the new friends, you get rid of your old friends. It's a lot more people here, so it's a lot more people you got to get used to. There's a lot more teachers, a lot more time, a lot more stuff to do, and you go to football games. Football games are awesome. They're way better than middle school games, and you get to get involved, and everything just changes. Like, you change, you grow as a person, and everybody else grows around you, and you see people that, like, you see everybody from different schools that you didn't go to, and you all come together, and it's really awesome.
Middle school and high school, they're not really that different, but the classes are a bit more harder, and it's definitely a bigger environment. But really, if you just have a lot of friends and you join a lot of clubs, it's really not that different, just as long as you get involved and you get out there and just have a good time.
Different classes, like your English class, it'll be all your grade level, but if you were in Algebra 1 in 8th grade, you might have a few sophomores in your math class. And then also electives, you will have a mix of people, but your core classes, it will mainly be the people in your grade.
So the classes that you have are like your schedule and stuff, you're not only, like if you're a freshman, you're not only going to be with freshmen, like it's all a mix, and it's really good because you get to meet new people, and like you don't only know like ninth graders. Like, let's say you have like lunch, it's all like a bunch of different grade levels, like 9, 10, 11, 12. And like your elective classes, those are all gonna be like a bunch of grades mixed together. And the only classes that will probably be like only ninth graders, like it's gonna be your core classes like science, math, and all that, and English. And yeah.
You want to learn to prioritize any of your goals in school. Like, you know, your academics come before any type of athletics or such. So, you know, if you have football practice for 2 hours after school, you have to go home, make sure you get your homework done, so that way you have time to manage and balance all your activities during school.
It's not that hard, really. All you have to do is just plan everything out, make a schedule, because you know you have school throughout the day. Make a schedule of when you're going to do your homework, when you're going to go to practice and all that. And if you just plan everything out, then everything else just falls into line.
Okay. It's definitely not the easiest thing to balance school activities and your after school activities, but I will say that if you like persevere through that and you're determined and you're really, really focused and you put a lot of energy and effort into it, then it can definitely be a breeze and it pays off in the end. So, yeah.
Well, you just gotta schedule out yourself and make a planner. And just make sure not to get things all twisted up. Just make sure everything is all set, scheduled out, so you can have time for your academics and your after school activities.
Don't take naps all the time, because that's what I always did. I got really tired and I would just take naps and forget about my homework. So make sure you space everything out, make sure you're not overwhelmed by everything, and just save your naps for the nighttime.
It really depends on you. Like, you have to find your own balance. You have to find what you can keep up with. So it really just depends on what classes you're in and really what you can keep up with. But if you can manage everything with your classes and after school, if your schedule lines up, it really can be in as many as you can handle.
How many you can like handle, it depends on like what classes you're taking and like what, especially what you're in. Like if you're in band, they have a lot of after school practices during band season and marching season. And I know that if you're in a sport, usually there's like activities afterward, like after school or something. But it depends. Like I said, it also depends on your classes. See, I take 4 AP classes, and I had a lot of homework afterwards, and I also have a job. It really just depends like how you can organize it.
As many that interest you, there's a bunch of small groups here that you can be in. You just have to make sure you find your balance and don't overstress yourself with your extracurricular activities and studies.
You definitely want to make sure you're getting involved during the school, but you don't want to overwork yourself with your classes, whether you're taking AP or just honors. You definitely want to enjoy high school though, so I definitely recommend getting involved as much as you can.
Definitely. You have AP and you also have dual credit. They're really it's not that complicated, but you should talk to your counselor about which one you would like to take.
The main difference is between AP and dual credit. AP, you take your test at the end of the year, and dual credit you take it before the school year starts. Dual credit is when you get the college credit, it goes on your transcript as college hours when you apply to colleges and after you pass the classes.
So,
Yeah, we can. You can take college classes. You can enroll like in as many as you can handle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can also take college classes during the summer if you want to get ahead and just get college credits.
Yeah, it's gonna help you.
Yeah.
It really depends on your teacher that you have.
It depends on the teacher what days and times, but it's usually like Mondays, Wednesdays, usually not Fridays. And you just make sure you tell them beforehand so they can make sure that they have the material to help you over it, and just go anytime and get your questions answered.
Usually there is tutorials after school, but some teachers prefer in the morning, but you can schedule an appointment with them for after school.
Your GPA matters as soon as you walk in that door. It starts from freshman year into senior year. As soon as you start with your grades, just make high grades.
Well, I knew this and everyone told me, but when they say your GPA starts the first day, they're not joking. The GPA starts the first day. Make sure you get it. Make sure when you turn in everything on time, because it's not a matter of he's smart, she's smart. It's just literally it's just turning everything in, making sure you got all of this on time. Take the right classes, AP classes for a college credit. It really helps out.
Something I wish I knew as a freshman is at lunchtime, just get there fast, because the seats fill up really fast. So like the first few days of school, they're always really, tight. So get there fast. Yeah.
Looking back at freshman year, I really wish I would have taken GPA seriously, because I was like, it's just freshman year. I can make it up in 3 years. You can't. You can, but it's so much harder.
Freshman year, I wish that I knew I could do more than just band, such as student council or photography club, because a little time management can go a long way.
Freshman year, I wish that I would have known that I am capable of making good grades and getting involved.